In the high-speed world of streaming drama, it often only takes one tweet to send the entire internet into meltdown mode. That tweet came from none other than Faze, or as the internet affectionately, or mockingly, refers to him, the 45-year-old Faze Clan co-founder who operates on Twitter like he's still in a Modern Warfare 2 pregame lobby. What did he tweet? Plain and simple. Lacy's out of Faze. Not trolling, not a joke. That's it. No explanation, no details. Just an explosion tossed into the middle of Twitter. Now, usually when someone tweets, not trolling, the safest bet is that it's definitely trolling. But this time, the community hit pause. Why? Because this wasn't some random troll account. This was someone directly tied to Faze leadership. And when Faze Banks, another OG, and a known loudmouth when he wants to be, didn't deny it, the story gained weight. Faze Banks didn't issue a clarification. He didn't quote tweet a denial. He didn't meme. He went silent. That silence said more than a thread ever could. It suggested something real, something behind the scenes, something about to boil over. Meanwhile, Lacy, known for being a loud, opinionated, and absolutely unfiltered creator, suddenly started acting quiet. During a Twitch stream, as chat spammed him with, "Lacy got kicked?" messages, he looked directly at the camera and said this, "It's not a joke. It's not trolling. It's some serious shit. But I'm not going to talk about it. It's getting handled off-stream." Off-stream. That phrase alone is internet code for I'm under NDA and legally can't say anything without getting nuked by lawyers. And just like that, speculation exploded. Viewers, Twitter, Reddit, Discord groups, everyone had theories. As the hours passed, internet detectives started digging. And they didn't need long. Lacy himself had started to quietly scrub Faze Clan branding from his online identity. His Twitter handle changed. The Faze tag was gone. His bio wiped clean of any Faze affiliation. His banner replaced. His follower connections weaker. Banks had apparently blocked him. Other Faze members weren't engaging. These weren't subtle moves. These were digital fingerprints of a public breakup done in silence. And the silence made it worse. The internet hates a vacuum. And when no one talks, the theories come in. Some claimed Lacy was kicked for breaking Faze brand conduct. Others thought it was personal. A falling out between him and Banks. One theory, the wildest, was that Lacy had said or done something in a private Faze call that led to instant consequences. There were even jokes that he was VIP at the Diddy party, referencing a conspiracy theory that became so nonsensical it circled back to funny. The deeper internet sleuths pointed out that Faze doesn't just kick people without reason, or at least not without a giant scandal first. And if this was a joke, then why were so many Faze members usually eager to stir things up, avoiding the topic completely? There were no memes, no TikToks, no YouTube reactions from the usual suspects. The Faze content engine was frozen, and that, in itself, was alarming. Meanwhile, Lacy's stream continued. Mostly calm, no rants, no breakdowns. Just one short statement, followed by radio silence. That silence, again, said everything. People started digging through Lacy's old clips, hunting for clues. His last interactions with Faze members were weeks old. No collabs, no squad streams, no Discord calls. The signs had been there. People just hadn't noticed. And in the middle of all this, a burner account appeared. Calling itself at Lacy's burner, this account started replying to critics, especially one woman who had tweeted about Lacy's potential removal. The account launched into full-on attack mode. Can't wait till your kids come home from school crying because someone showed them Bobby's titties at lunch. Don't forget your Ozempic shot. You changed your personality after 3 Twitch donations. It was brutal, wild, and extremely online. The internet assumed it was Lacy. How could they not? The style matched his humor. The timing lined up. The tweets were personal. It made sense, until it didn't. Lacy posted on his official Twitter, "That account isn't me. This is my only profile." Now the burner drama became even crazier. Someone, possibly from across the world, had pretended to be Lacy, started a war with strangers, and accidentally triggered real-life consequences. The woman targeted by the burner claimed her mother received over 400 phone calls in 5 minutes, including threats, doxing, and harassment. And again, all of this was happening because of a gaming org drama. That's when people started asking the bigger question: what the hell is Faze Clan anymore? The only person who kinda sorta broke the silence was Faze Rain, and not the CSGO Pro, the original Faze Rain. Here's what he said, paraphrased. People will always do you dirty, especially if you have something they want. They forget who helped them. They forget who they came up with. Is it cryptic? Yes. Is it true? Also yes. Rain has been burned by Faze multiple times, so his take isn't neutral. But it also adds another layer to the mystery. Was this personal? Business? Revenge? Whatever it was messy. Let's step back. What even is Faze Clan now? A brand? A social club? A relic of YouTube 2013? A stock that's worth less than a Slurpee? Because right now, it seems like Faze is just a logo people pretend means something. They had a golden age. They built an empire off trick shots, gambling sites, and montages. But now it's lawsuits, drama, mismanagement, and confused creators being quietly kicked while burner accounts argue on their behalf. It's wild. Just as the Lacy drama was hitting its peak, the internet got hit with a second twist, this time from a completely different corner of the streaming world. Phantom, a well-known member of the content group AMP, posted cryptic tweets suggesting something was off. He announced he'd been unfollowed by his group. And worse, he was apparently locked out of AMP's backend accounts. Social logins, admin dashboards, you name it. The tweet that set things off lost access to everything. Not in the loop anymore. Crazy. No other context. No AMP statement. Just like with Lacy, total silence from the group. Within hours, fans started speculating that Phantom was kicked from AMP. What made this even more surreal? It happened the same day Lacy was removed from Faze. You couldn't have scripted a better crossover episode if you tried. The memes started flowing instantly. Lacy to AMP, Phantom to Faze, transfer window open. Streamer trade deadline 2024. This the craziest FIFA trade since Messi went to Miami. Next up, Bruce to OTK, Kai to Optic. People were photoshopping ESPN-style graphics, showing Lacy and Phantom as traded players. Viewers were spamming fake Woj bomb tweets like, breaking. Sources confirm Faze Clan is acquiring Phantom for Lacy and future V-Bucks. It was chaotic, but also hilarious. For a moment, it felt like the entire streamer world was turning into a sports league, with contract swaps and surprise trades. After the memes calmed down, a new layer of drama unfolded, and this time it got lyrical. Phantom, usually reserved and unbothered, responded to the situation with what sounded like rap lyrics. Forget all the shit I did. I was feeding the team when I didn't have shit. I took a risk. I got all of us rich. Bro dropped bars, not a statement. Viewers started asking if he'd just dropped the softest diss track of all time. Meanwhile, Lacy, never one to stay quiet for long, started going on a low-key redemption arc. He leaned into the chaos with cryptic tweets, emoji replies, and silence when people asked for direct answers. It was clear he was letting the situation play out and building suspense, and while Lacy mostly stayed quiet on stream, his Twitter replies became a war zone. The burner account drama, which was already ridiculous, escalated further. People started replying to @Lacy's burner thinking it was him. That burner account, still not Lacy, continued roasting random people, making fun of weight, personalities, hairstyles, and Twitch donos. Eventually, the woman being roasted started posting screenshots of the harassment and claimed, "My mom got over 400 calls in 5 minutes. We're being doxxed. This is harassment." Now, people started to take sides. Some defended Lacy, even though he denied it was his account. Others said, even if it's not you, you should have said something sooner. At this point, Lacy replied again, this time directly. "That's not my account. I don't condone that. I only use my main. But the damage had been done. This situation was no longer just about Faze. It had mutated into identity confusion, harassment allegations, misinformation, and the growing question of accountability. Meanwhile, fans were still unsure what even caused the initial drama. Let's pause for a second and zoom out, because this whole Lacy situation isn't just about one streamer getting kicked or not kicked. It's about what Faze Clan has become. Once upon a time, Faze was the blueprint. They turned Call of Duty montages into mainstream careers. They made trick shots cool. They helped invent the influencer gamer before that was even a term. They sold millions in merch, signed athletes, and even went public on the stock market. That's right. Faze Clan was once valued at over $1 billion. Let me repeat that for the people in the back. $1 billion. And now? Their stock trades for less than the price of a Twitch Prime sub. Their biggest original members have either left, been silent, or publicly disowned the brand. Faze Reign has spent years trashing the org. Tfue walked away and never looked back. Adapt, Temper, and others have gone from poster boys to background noise. And now with Lacy, who was one of the few still making daily content with Faze branding, possibly getting iced out? It says a lot. Because whether you love or hate Lacy, you can't deny one thing. He brought views. He brought energy. He brought content. And in an era where most Faze streamers are ghosting or coasting, that meant something, which leads us to the real question. What does Faze Clan actually do anymore? Is it a gaming org? A lifestyle brand? A TikTok merch funnel? A walking lawsuit? Because from the outside, it just looks like a bunch of guys in their mid-30s hanging onto a logo and hoping people don't notice that the culture moved on. And the Lacy situation? It's exposing all of it. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. Lacy was on his own. Whether or not there was an official announcement, whether it was a quiet removal or a messy breakup handled behind the scenes, the signs all pointed the same direction. He was out. No goodbye Faze tweet. No official send-off. Just silence, branding removals, and online chaos. And yet, Lacy didn't fold. Instead, he pivoted. He embraced the ambiguity, leaned into the chaos, and started acting like a free agent, without ever confirming it. He streamed as usual, cracked jokes, trolled on Twitter, and kept putting out content. It was almost like nothing happened, except everything had. And while Faze Clan was busy saying nothing, Lacy's audience kept growing. People who hadn't even cared about him before started watching just to see what he'd say next. He became the main character of streamer Twitter for an entire week. And let's be real, that's hard to pull off when you're not getting banned, crying, or beefing with Kai Cenat. So now we ask the real question. Does any of this even matter anymore? Does Faze kicking, or not kicking, Lacy mean anything? Well, yeah, it does. Because Faze Clan was built on relationships, a group of guys who started from YouTube montages and grew into an empire. But over time, they turned into what every mega brand eventually does. Stock valuations over friendship, business deals over loyalty, PR silence over honesty. The Lacy situation shows just how much that old-school Faze spirit has faded. Now it's all boardrooms, mystery, and ghosting. Lacy may have been loud, messy, and unpredictable, but he was also real. He kept people watching. He gave the brand life, and the second he became inconvenient, they cut the cord and pretended he never existed. Faze Reign summed it up best. Without even naming names, they'll always do you dirty, especially when you have something they want. Whether you're in Faze, AMP, OTK, or any other group, that lesson stays true. The internet moves fast. Your value is only as good as your views. And when things go south, orgs will throw you out and let the audience guess what happened. No closure, no statement, no respect. At the end of the day, Lacy probably was kicked out of Faze. And Faze probably won't say a thing about it, but the way it happened, or more importantly, how it didn't happen, says more about the death of the old Faze clan than anything else. This wasn't just streamer drama. This was a window into how internet empires crumble. Not with explosions, but with quiet unfollows, vague tweets, and burner accounts that don't even belong to the person they're impersonating. So what do we do with that? We move on. We laugh. We stay paranoid about who's running what Twitter account. And we never forget the golden rule of the content game. It's not real unless there's a Notes app apology and a 12-part YouTube series explaining the lore. Let me know in the comments. Was Lacy actually kicked from Faze? Was this a masterclass in clout farming? Or did we just witness the slowest, weirdest exit in gaming history? Sub if you're still trying to figure out who runs at Lacy's burner. And remember, in the world of Faze Clan, the fade comes not from the trick shots, but from the lack of transparency.